Blake Lively's face in 2005 and 2025 tell two completely different stories. One is a fresh-faced teenager with natural features, and the other is a carefully crafted Hollywood illusion that her PR team insists is just good genes and skincare. Do you notice how her nose suddenly got thinner after Gossip Girl Season 1? Or how her upper eyelids mysteriously changed shape around 2018? While she's been busy feuding with Justin Baldoni, we're about to show you what plastic surgeons and experts are saying about America's so-called natural beauty, with side-by-side comparisons that she does not want you to see. Remember Blake Lively's nose in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? That wide bridge and rounded tip mysteriously vanished faster than her character's virginity in Gossip Girl. And let's be real, we're all looking at a completely different nose these days, and the evidence is staring us right in the face. If you pull up photos of Blake circa 2005, you'll notice something fascinating about her facial structure. Her original nose featured a distinctly wider bridge with a softer rounded tip. Cute, but definitely not the razor-sharp profile she's sporting today. Fast forward to now, and we're looking at a nose that's been expertly sculpted into Hollywood perfection. What's most interesting isn't just the change itself, it's Blake's complete silence about it. While she's happy to chat endlessly about her all-natural beauty routine in every glossy magazine interview, she conveniently leaves out the part where Surgeon Scalpel did the heavy lifting. It's weird how the detail never makes it into her "I just drink lots of water and use sunscreen" spiel, am I right? The transformation timeline is almost too perfect as well. As Blake climbed the Hollywood ladder around 2010, her facial features suddenly became more and more symmetrical, with that once distinctive nose now looking suspiciously refined. Coincidence? Please. This is textbook celebrity evolution. As the paychecks get bigger, the nose got smaller. Cosmetic surgeon Dr. Johnny Betteridge didn't mince words when analyzing her transformation. He confirmed what our eyes already told us. Blake underwent rhinoplasty that created a narrow nose bridge and sharper contour. When actual medical professionals are calling it out, you know the change is significant. Betteridge noted that her nose now also appears more streamlined with a narrower bridge and lifted tip, which are the hallmarks of precise surgical intervention, not some miracle skincare product that you can buy at Sephora. The evidence becomes even more damning when you compare her high school yearbook photo to her early Gossip Girl episodes. That natural, slightly wider nose from her teenage years still appears in Season 1, but mysteriously transforms as her star power rises. By the later seasons, we're looking at a completely different profile, one that's been carefully crafted to meet Hollywood's exacting beauty standards. What makes this particular nose job so fascinating is how it fundamentally altered her entire face structure. Experts call this style of rhinoplasty the perfect Hollywood nose job, because it delivers dramatic results while maintaining just enough plausible deniability. It's the rhinoplasty equivalent of "I just woke up like this," technically possible but highly improbable. The changes to her nose bridge tell the real story. Once wide and flat, it's now elegantly tapered, the exact ideal that casting directors and camera operators would fawn over. Her previously rounded tip has been refined to create a more defined point that photographers love to capture and profile. These aren't changes that happen naturally as you age, unless your aging process includes an operating table and recovery time. This single procedure did more than just change her nose, it completely redefined her face. By narrowing the width and refining the tip, Blake's rhinoplasty created the foundation of her current perfect appearance. It's the cornerstone of her transformation from pretty TV actress to full-blown movie star goddess. The new nose balances with other features perfectly, creating the symmetry we subconsciously register as beauty. What's particularly clever about Blake's nose job is the timing. As she transitioned from Gossip Girl to more serious film roles, her face evolved to match her career ambitions. The wider, more youthful nose disappeared just as she was positioning herself as a sophisticated leading lady. It's calculated image management at its finest. While Blake Lively was perfecting her Hollywood nose, her eyes were undergoing their own dramatic transformation. Those distinctly hooded eyelids that defined her early career suddenly vanished around 2013, replaced by wide-open, perfectly almond-shaped eyes that scream, "I paid good money for these." It's the kind of change that happens about as naturally as Ryan Reynolds developing modesty. But let's rewind to Blake's Gossip Girl glory days. From 2005 to 2012, her signature look included those heavy hooded eyelids, the kind of makeup artist would spend hours trying to create the illusion of depth and dimension. These weren't just any hooded eyes, they were Blake Lively hooded eyes, distinctive, slightly droopy at the outer corners, and part of what made her look uniquely her. Casting directors loved that slightly sleepy look in her eyes, which gave a touch of innocence and mixed with mystery. It worked perfectly for her rich girl with secrets Serena van der Woodsen persona. But Hollywood has a way of ironing out anything remotely interesting about any woman's face, and Blake's eyes were next on the chopping block. By 2013, her eyes mysteriously transformed into wide-open, perfectly lifted almond-shaped eyes that cosmetics companies would kill to advertise. The change was so dramatic that red carpet photos from before and after are practically a plastic surgery masterclass. Gone were the characteristic hoods that once shadowed her eyes, replaced by crisp, defined creases and expanded lip space that makeup artists can only dream about. And no, this wasn't some magical new makeup technique or the world's most effective eyelid tape. Plastic surgery expert Dana Omari Harrell didn't mince words when analyzing Blake's transformation. Likely underwent upper eyelid surgery, or blepharoplasty, to remove excess skin, created the newly defined eye shape. That's right. Surgeons literally cut away the excess skin that created those hooded lids, sculpting a whole new eye architecture that no amount of contouring could ever achieve. The procedure itself might sound like a dinosaur species, but it's actually the secret weapon of aging actresses everywhere. Except Blake wasn't aging. She was 25 when her eyelids mysteriously disappeared. This wasn't about looking younger. It was about looking different, better, more marketable. The procedure resulted in a wider and more striking look that photographs flawlessly from any angle. How convenient. What's particularly fascinating is how this eye transformation completely changed Blake's expression. Her pre-surgery eyes gave her a slightly sleepy, dreamy quality. But post-surgery, she suddenly had that wide-eyed, perpetually alert look that casting directors eat up for leading lady roles. The timing could not have been more perfect, just as she was transitioning from TV stardom to serious film roles like The Age of Adeline. Coincidence? Well, it might be as coincidental as the Kardashians showing up where cameras are rolling. The recovery from upper eyelid surgery basically takes about 10 to 12 days, just enough time to disappear from public view claiming a much-needed vacation before emerging with your new face. The bruising and swelling eventually fade and the results are permanent. Blake traded in characteristical features for one that better fit the Hollywood template, and she did it just as her career was leveling up. Even her makeup routine underwent a complete overhaul post-surgery. Before the procedure, Blake's makeup artist would use darker eyeshadows to create depth, working with what they had. But afterward, her makeup evolved to showcase lighter and more vibrant eyeshadow looks that would have disappeared into the folds of her former eyelids. Suddenly, all those bright, colorful eyeshadow palettes that makeup artists couldn't use before became Blake's new best friends. Her Instagram-worthy makeup looks aren't just showing off her makeup artist skills, they're showing off her surgeons. The eye transformation combined with her nose job didn't change individual features, it fundamentally altered the entire face. The procedures created a new facial harmony, engineered for maximum photographic appeal, while maintaining just enough plausible deniability to keep claiming its all-natural beauty. It's the plastic surgery equivalent of a perfect crime. Everyone can see the results, but no one can prove anything had anything to do with it. The perfect crime doesn't end with her eyes. While Blake's been busy redesigning her face from the bridge of her nose to her eyelids, her lips have undergone their own suspicious evolution. From desperate DIY high school hacks to Hollywood most perfectly proportionate pout, Blake's mouth tells a story her interviews never will. Remember when Blake actually rubbed chili peppers on her lips for that temporary plump look? She recently confessed this painful teenage beauty hack on Instagram, admitting, "We were that committed to bad ideas." How convenient to share this embarrassing tidbit while completely ignoring the far more permanent solution she's embraced as an adult. Nothing distracts from current cosmetic work quite like the self-deprecating story about teenage beauty desperation. Fast forward to 2018 and suddenly Blake's sporting a dramatically different mouth. Her once thin upper lip miraculously matches her lower lip in fullness and volume. The asymmetry that defined her earlier smile, it's completely gone. Did Blake discover some magical lip exercise routine she's keeping secret from the rest of Hollywood? Or is the explanation far more obvious and injectable? Dr. Johnny Betteridge doesn't mince words about Blake's transformation. The cosmetic surgeon's analysis suggests that she likely has lip filler to increase the size and volume of her lips, creating the balanced proportions she now flaunts on magazine covers. Gone are the days of overdrawn lip liner and compensatory makeup tricks. Blake's current lip shape requires zero enhancement to achieve the perfect pout. The evolution of her lipstick application tells its own tale. Earlier in her career, Blake's makeup artist had to work overtime with the liner pencil, creating an optical illusion to disguise her natural asymmetry. Today, her lipstick glides perfectly along already defined borders, no overlining necessary. It's the dream of makeup artists everywhere, a natural full canvas that needs minimal enhancement. Except there's nothing natural about this sudden lip evolution. But Blake's mouth makeover extends beyond just her lips. Let's look at her smile in those early Gossip Girl episodes. That significant gum visibility when she laughed or gave a wide smile has mysteriously diminished. Experts would suggest this change likely comes courtesy of gum contouring surgery, a procedure that reshapes the gum line to create more balanced proportions between teeth and gums. When you step back and look at the full picture, Blake's lip transformation becomes the final piece of an elaborate facial puzzle. With her perfectly sculpted nose, opened up eyes, and now ideally proportioned lips, she's achieved what plastic surgeons refer to as the golden ratio of beauty. That mathematical perfect proportion that the human brain subconsciously registers as absolutely beautiful. What makes Blake's transformation so effective isn't just the individual procedures, it's how they all work together to create a completely new facial harmony. Her lip enhancement doesn't exist in isolation. It complements and balances her other surgical adjustments. This isn't random enhancement. It's a calculated reconstruction to hit specific beauty benchmarks favored by casting directors and fashion photographers. Perhaps most telling is how Blake's lip evolution coincides perfectly with her career trajectory. As she transitioned from TV star to film actress to fashion icon, her lips grew increasingly camera-ready. The timing of these enhancements reveals a shrewd understanding of Hollywood's brutal beauty standards and exactly when to make each adjustment for maximum career benefit. What Blake seems determined to hide isn't the procedures themselves, it's the carefully orchestrated nature of her transformation. Each enhancement builds on the previous one, creating a face that appears effortlessly beautiful rather than surgically constructed. It's this exact illusion of natural beauty that she sells in interviews about her skincare routine and health lifestyle, never acknowledging the medical interventions that actually created the current appearance. Look behind the curtain, folks, and you'll find the ultimate Hollywood irony. Blake Lively, who claims to wear just sunscreen, tinted moisturizer, and nothing else really on a daily basis, has built an entire brand around this natural beauty facade. She's not just hawking Betty Buzz with its natural ingredients either. She's selling you the impossible dream that her surgically perfect face came from good genes and clean living. When Blake applies that light lipstick she loves to her cheeks and eyelids for that natural look, she's conveniently forgetting to mention the permanent enhancements underneath. One would say it's the classic celebrity grift. Pretend your manufactured beauty is attainable while promoting products that can never deliver your actual results. This isn't about condemning plastic surgery, by the way. It's about exposing the toxic lie that celebrity beauty is natural. While Blake and others build their empire on the illusion of effortless perfectionism, she's really contributing to the self-hatred of millions who wonder why their sunscreen and tinted moisturizer don't make them look like her. The most perfect thing about Blake Lively isn't just her face, it's the masterful con she's pulled right in front of your eyes.